Well, hello there, my friends. I'm excited to connect with you today. Welcome to Mondays with Mindo. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Mm, Let's get this conversation started. Here's the thing, if you've ever hosted a home meeting before, packed out a hotel room, or drawn circles on a whiteboard to explain your business, this conversation is going to be for you today. I'm really excited to talk about network marketing, social selling, and the evolution of it, if you will. So do say hello when you get here. I'm excited to connect with you guys today. And real quick, too, if you're new here, hello, it's Mindy Baxton. My friends call me Mindo. Every Monday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, you're going to find me live right here talking about business, entrepreneurship. I love Jesus. I love building online. I love creating content and all of the things. So every Monday at 11, set your alarms, put a little reminder in your phone. I will be here and I hope you will be too. So, like I said, as you get here, say hello. Excited to connect with you guys today. And again, we're going to be talking about network marketing and social selling. I have a question for you though. If you've been in the network marketing space or social selling space, drop what year you started. I want to know. Drop what year you started. And if you're really crazy, I want to know, how much have you made? I know we don't talk about that. Like, it's probably an inappropriate thing, but I have a whole lot to say about a lot of it, and I'm really excited to share it with you. So let's get into this conversation today. I was just doing a little tech check. Give me just one sec. I want to make sure you guys know sometimes my tech doesn't work. Hold on just a minute. Let me just do a little. Oh, there we go. Woo, I am like glowing. Okay, that's nice look. Anyway, so here's the thing. Network marketing versus social selling. Kind of what is it? I'm going to unpack it. I've been there, done that, won the trips, got the awards, all that kind of stuff. So I've seen the good, the bad, and the crazy of all of it. And I'm going to really get into it today. I am so grateful that we have seen this evolution, that what once was network marketing has really evolved into social selling and even affiliate marketing. I was one of the ones that was, good morning, Angel. I was one of the ones that had, put the butts in the seat and packed out the hotel rooms. Any of you done that before? Right? The butts in the seats, packed out the hotel rooms. Really was blowing up a business back in 2015, in the network marketing space. And some changes happened. Some shifts had happened in my company, which that is one of the risks if you decide to jump into this industry. It is the biggest blessing of my life, but we also don't own the company, so things can happen. Social selling, though, came into my life in 2018. And I was so excited about it when I found it, or it kind of found me, actually. It ended up on my news feed one day, and I got really excited about what I was hearing with social selling, that you could sell products online and earn an income. So I was like, wait a minute, I don't need to pack out hotel rooms or put the butts in the seats at the meeting or flip a chart or draw the circles on the whiteboard kind of thing. Like, I didn't need to do that. I didn't. I couldn't believe it. I felt like I had an opportunity here to be able to share products, and that the fact that I could be on social media doing that was like gas on the fire. So I went all in. Back in 2018, I actually quit my full-time job to build my online business. It was about a year and a half or so where I started making six figures a year. I couldn't believe it. It was the dream. But fast forward, this is not what this conversation's about. Things changed, company, it's a whole thing. The point that I want to make is this. I still coach a lot of women who are stuck in that network marketing mindset. It's about getting people in for the best discount, getting people in to get their products for free. And that's where I really kind of want to draw, I guess not draw the line, but I really want to kind of have a conversation about what is network marketing, what is social selling. Some of you guys hear these terms and you're like, what's the difference? What's the big deal, right? So I kind of want to get into that conversation today. So, all right, let me back up just a minute though. I want to talk a little bit about like network marketing, the history of it. It was actually created in the 1940s and 1950s with companies like Nutrilite and Amway and even Shackley, the company that I'm with right now. It was people selling products that they really loved and earning commission from those sales. Beautiful in its time, and it's still actually beautiful. But back then there was no internet, right? There was no social media. It was a way for people to, some of the housewives, right? Ladies that were working from home, or excuse me, not working from home. Well, kind of, right? As mothers, as wives, to get out and socialize. It was a way for them to get into a community of other women and visit or try products, right? Try some different makeup, try some skincare. But as the newer companies came into the network marketing space, many of them introduced binary models. Now, I'm not going to get into the nitty gritty of all of this. I just want to say it's like one on your right, one on your left, right? Get to get to get to. And before too long, it became more auto ship and recruitment based instead of customers and community. Are any of you familiar with that? I would call that a self-consumption model. And you end up with, if you're following me here, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. You end up with a team full of people, a team, I say that word very lightly, a team full of people who want a discount and not a business. I literally just had this conversation with somebody last week who was building a bunch of discount shoppers. And this is why I really wanted to have this conversation today. People do not want to be sold to, they want to connect with you. And building on social media right now, you guys, it is your biggest asset. If you want to get good at anything, if you're in the network marketing space, coming into maybe the social selling space, the one thing you should really focus on is content creation and starting to get really good at creating content. So then came social media. Okay, so the network marketing, like, it has evolved. There's binaries. Of course, there's lawsuits. Some people were even in pyramid schemes. I was one of them. Yes, I was. I know it's embarrassing to say it, but I was. Anyway, so I know what a pyramid scheme looks like, okay? Anyway, and all of these things happened, right, over the 80s and 90s, and then came the internet. And everything has changed since social media was launched. And now you can build a global business instead of a local business. Now, no longer are you the one going, oh, this is my neighborhood, Julie. You know, I'm selling my products to this neighborhood. That's off limits to you. That created a lot of competition, didn't it? When it was having to be built locally. Like, some people were very territorial over their people. Kind of a crazy story, but it's true. Okay. Now you can put up a post on social media. Now you can create content in your stories on social media, and you could have somebody buying from you in Australia. Now you can have somebody buying from you. My company just recently opened Australia about a year ago, and we've just opened New Zealand. And now, as I'm creating content, my business can be built globally overnight. It's amazing. Social selling, let me just say this. You can really attract people to you instead of chasing them down. You know, no longer are you walking through the grocery store and that one lady that you've been calling, you know, time after time after time, has to quick beeline it for aisle D and try to hide from you. Okay. That was old school traditional network marketing, right? It's really now social selling has evolved it into building community, into building value, into really, again, what I love to try to do in my stories, especially, is to just connect with you guys on a real human being level with no other agenda than to go, hey, I've got some good stuff here. If you want it, grab it. There is no way that, let me give you another example. And I want to throw out some numbers to you. And I don't say this to impress you. I don't, although it is very impressive, I will say. It's impressive. This is how social selling can work. Okay. In 1982, when you were trying to like pack out the hotel rooms, you might have closed, I don't know, X number of business in that time frame, right? After they filled out all the paperwork, right? And you handed out the copies, right? The yellow copies to people, or the pink copies of what they signed. Well, it was November of 2019, I do believe, or 2020, when my team did over 257,000 in volume in a month. That is the power of social selling. That could not be accomplished in the old school way of building network marketing, unless you're on some power leg or you got a fancy placement somewhere, which I'm not even going to get into that. Okay. That is just truly the power of social selling. So I guess I want to share this with you today, my friends, because I know, oftentimes you see these words being used of network marketing, and that kind of like has a bad taste in some people's mouth. It just does. Some people have partnered with a company, they got in on the big pack, right? Thinking like, oh, I'm going to make my money back because I'm going to go get 2 friends to do the same thing that I did and get in on the big pack. And then essentially I get mine for free. Oh my gosh. I like want to throw up when I even say those words out of my mouth because I've actually said them before. I didn't know better. And some of you didn't know better either. But now that we know better, we do better, right? Selling that way we don't sell that way on social media. Let me just tell you that. We don't sell that way on social media. And if you're looking to bridge that gap from that old school traditional thinking of network marketing to how can I love my products. Like I just go back to my friend that I worked with last week, the gal that I coached. She loves her products. She's on a binary. And typically her strategy has been, well, if they get in and then they get 2 friends to get in, right, on the $2.99 pack, then they get their product for free. Here's the problem with that. And I know I'm only speaking to some of you, and I'm sorry for the rest of you that don't know what I'm talking about. Hear me clearly on this. This is for somebody today. Here's the problem with that. You've got someone in your business now that only wanted the discount. They only wanted to get their products for free. And they thought that they could go get 2 friends to do the same thing, and that those 2 friends would get 2 friends to do the same thing. That is what's the word? Oh, not that it's a lie. You could do it, but it's not the most efficient way to build. And here's where I say that. Because you are essentially getting somebody into your business that doesn't want to build a business. They're just a discount shopper. And my friend, as I was coaching her through this, was like, light bulb, ding, what am I doing? And I'm like, I don't know what you're doing, but now you know better. Let's get them in as a customer, as they should be, because they don't want to build a business. And why don't you make the retail sale commission off of that? So you can still work your business, even if it's an old school model. You can still build it well by making some simple mindset shifts. And I just kind of went like all the way off my notes here. So let me catch myself up. It is lack thinking. It is kind of a lack thinking that says, if I can just get 2 more people, my team would do this, or I finally will hit my goal. That's another thing too. You guys, with the old school kind of way of network marketing, we were kind of taught, and it was kind of ingrained in us to be like, oh, I need 2 more people. I need to have them do this so I can get that. You guys, social selling flips that mindset. It absolutely does. It comes at it from a mindset of abundance. Because why? For many reasons. Number one being that there's billions of people on social media and God's making new people every day. There is not a lack of people. Let's just say that. It also is about, how can I give value? How can I create connection and conversation with people? How can I just show up with integrity? Like, not like I'm going to like hook them or like, oh, this is the time we close. Yeah, that's gross. We don't do that anymore. You show up with value. You encourage the people. You point out maybe some pain points, offer a solution. And if they think it's for them, they'll buy from you. That's it. That's it. So, man, I hope this is helpful for somebody today. And again, here's my heart. If I can help one person shift their mindset around this, because some of you are still stuck in it, then to me, it's worth it. To me, it's worth it. So if you're not building on a free platform right now and creating content, I'm just telling you, evolve or dissolve. Evolve or dissolve. Create the content, create the connection, offer solutions, and watch what happens. And if you need help with any of that, you guys, this is what I do. Okay, this is what I do. I want you to drop the number 90, drop the number 90 in the comments. We can connect on a 90 and 90 call where I can go through, I will have a whole lot of questions for you, and I will help you build out your next 90 days on how to crush it online. So I hope this was helpful for somebody today. Again, I'd love to hear you guys. Feel free, comment below. If you have any questions on anything that I said too, or something doesn't make sense, definitely drop it in the comments, tag me in it so I can come back and answer it for you, okay? Anyway, love and appreciate you guys. Hope you found a little value. If you did, drop a little hashtag value in the comments. Thank you for watching. Have a blessed, amazing, awesome rest of your day, and go crush this week, okay? Talk to you soon. Bye for now.